everybody to our workshop this morning. I want you all to meet Rebecca Matthews, who is a seasoned, experienced yoga professional. She's been teaching for many, many years, and actually was the one who encouraged me to start practicing yoga and to become a yoga teacher. So I've always been grateful to her for that, because it really, really changed my life in ways I can't even describe. Rebecca and I have known each other for a long time. I did visit her out in Montana last summer, and we had a great time. It's a beautiful spot. But most importantly for this morning, she brings to us a program that will cultivate stability, mind and body. And she brings years of study and experience to our practice this morning. So thank you so much, Rebecca, for joining us this morning.
Well, Debbie, thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here. It's been a while since I've taught a workshop, but I'm just glad to be here. Again, my name is Rebecca Matthews, and I'm a certified yoga therapist through the IAYT, the International Association of Yoga Therapists. That is a big certification. A lot of people don't really understand what it's about, but it's just a lot of study. Began my journey in 2003 with Debbie. We took our first teacher training together. So this is exciting for me to have this all come back around. It's just a joy for me to be able to share some of the stability work that I've been researching and doing. And it prompted me to really dive deeper into the practice, because I've had such spinal issues and foot issues, and was seeing physical therapists, for 8 years plus, very frustrated. So took a kinesiology course, and all the lights went on. So I'm glad to share some of that exploration with all of you today. And again, the workshop is Transitions, Staying Grounded, Strong, and Stable Through Yoga. So I am the founder of Stability Yoga. And I'm just going to read the workshop description so we all just kind of get this in our brain of what we're kind of trying to experience today. I'll introduce you to yoga postures and sequences. You'll see when we do the practice, everything is in a sequence, and breathing techniques that will guide you to learn how to build strength, stay grounded, promote body and breath awareness, especially, and tune into the present moment. So as you observe your physical, energetic, and mental states this morning, hopefully you will gain an understanding and the ability to mindfully change your perception of yourself and have a better relationship with the world around you. Now, this is important because we get into habitual patterns of thinking and movement in that energetic state. So sometimes just drawing in a new perspective through these different programs that the Cancer Wellness Center is offering, or workshops, or whatever you can attend, just to help shift things in the world. Because as we know, this world is quite interesting and tumultuous with COVID. So stability is super important. So today I want to start, and I'm going to use some mudras as well. Mudras are hand, using just different hand signals and things like this. So the mudra I'd like you to start with, instead of Jana Mudra, which is thumb and pointer finger together, I'd like you to start with the thumb and the ring finger together. Here, Priviti Mudra. And I invite you to get in a comfortable seated posture, because at this point we're going to do a breathing meditation. So I have my eggs, and I just have to quick do an infomercial for my eggs. I do not have blocks. So I hope if you have a block or a bolster or a blanket, you can sit on that comfortably, against the wall if your back is sore, or if you have knee issues, you can extend your legs. We won't be in the seated posture for very long. But I like the eggs because they're 13 inches high. Blocks are typically 9 inches, and eggs are round. So they really support the spine and they feel really good. They have really helped increase my ability to really access my stability muscles, because those are the muscles that hold the skeletal structure together. They're deep inside the body. And a lot of times when we have trauma or accidents or surgery, those muscles will turn off. I don't know why. It's just fascinating what the human body does. And so in using these, and again, through my studies, I've been able to really access my stability muscles. And I don't have to go to a physical therapist. I'm managing and maintaining my health very well at this point. So that's all good. So hopefully while I was talking, you have found your comfortable seated posture, taking Privati Mudra, and then just resting your hands on your thighs with the palms up. Roll your shoulders back and root down into your sit bones. And as you take an inhale, extend long through the spine, through the crown of the head. And again, just kind of check in with your shoulders and your neck, allowing the head to sit evenly on the shoulders, not forward, or to the side. Draw the belly in just a little bit and lengthen through the tailbone and root down through the sit bones. So Privati Mudra is a gesture of the earth. I'd like you at this point to direct your breath awareness and energy down to the base of your body, so that we can start to really cultivate the sense of grounding and stability, deepening your connection with the natural world, instilling a sense of confidence and trust in your surroundings. Most of all, creating a safe and sacred space. So whatever we do here today, really listening and attuning into your body through your breath. And if something doesn't feel safe to you, please come out, please go into child's pose, and please always come back to the breath, because it helps tune you into the present moment. And also Privati Mudra is great for strength and health of the skeletal system. So as you softly close your eyes, just go ahead and bring your attention to your breath. Possibly start to close the back of your throat a little bit, so you can hear that breathing in your ears, which also helps to attune into the present moment. So feel the breath coming into your lungs, and then feel the breath releasing from your body. And take your awareness down to your belly. And as you breathe in, feel your belly expand towards the front of your body. And as you breathe out, feel the belly release back towards your spine. Keep rising up through the spine, rolling the shoulders back. And start to increase the depth of your breath, increasing the movement of your belly. So breathe in by pushing the diaphragm down, and breathe out by releasing it. Now shift your awareness and your attention to the sides of your ribs. And as you breathe in, feel your ribs moving out to the sides, your body expanding left and right towards your arms. And lengthen your breath and expand the ribs a little further. And as you breathe out, let your breath release and let go. And shift your attention and your awareness now to your chest. So as you breathe in, feel the front of your chest expand forward and feel your upper back expand towards the back of your body. So as you breathe in your upper chest, it expands front and back. And then we start to lengthen your breath and expand your chest just a little bit more. So now bring your breath back to a normal, easy pace. And in a moment, we're going to start this 3-part breathing. So the first third of the breath will begin in your belly, the second third in your sides and your ribs, and the last third in your upper chest. So start to shift your breath. So as you breathe in, you breathe into your belly and then your ribs and your chest. And as you breathe out, let your breath release from the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Feeling each part of your body expand a little bit more on the inhale, and then this letting go a little bit more on the exhale. Hearing that breath in your ears, relaxing a little bit more through the shoulders, feeling grounded and stable through the sit bones as you allow that breath to keep lifting through the spine. Now opening your eyes, smiling, hopefully today. Let's draw your hands to your heart center, just inviting and invoking this deep sense of gratitude, just to being here and creating this sacred safe space. And we are going to start this practice, and I invite you to come onto your back. Take your block or your bolster or your blanket or whatever tools you might have. If you don't have any tools, that's fine. In this part of the practice, I do like to lift your pelvis up a little bit off the floor, because as you come in your back onto your back, I invite you to bend your knees, placing your feet a little bit more than hip width apart. And then I need you to lift your hips. I'll demonstrate. Lift your hips and then place your block or your bolster or your blanket underneath your hips, just right underneath the sacrum, which is the very low part of your back, so you feel very supported. Roll the shoulders down the mat and extend the neck long. Feel the back of the head connecting really firmly with the earth. And take just a few moments here just to feel stable. You're also going to feel your back lengthening. And then if you feel safe and comfortable in this posture, we're going to just gently lift both feet up off the floor and extend the legs long. So this is a very passive inversion, akin to shoulder stand, but we're supported, which is very important. So we're going to come into some ankle rolls. So roll the toes towards each other. This is an awesome joint that sometimes gets overlooked. Roll the toes away from each other, all the while lengthening through the neck, feeling stable through the low back. And then roll the toes to the right. So you're circling your ankles to the right. Maybe spreading your toes, activating the feet and the muscles in the feet. And then roll the toes to the left. So all these wonderful directions that we can really get into the ankles. And then, of course, flexing and pointing the toes, just like you're walking. Awesome, everybody. Extending the arms out and just taking a moment here to enjoy this inverted posture. And as you incorporate the breath with movement, take a breath in. And then as you exhale, we're just going to take the legs out wide. And I just invite you to take your hands and support the outsides of your legs and just come into this lovely long stretch through the groin. Breathing in, breathing out, and then slowly bend your knees and see if you can come into a happy baby, grabbing your ankles, grabbing the insides of your feet, grab your feet anywhere you can. So all we're doing here is taking a shorter stretch through the groin and then taking the soles of the feet together and pulling those heels down towards the groin. So there's all kinds of ways to enjoy this stretching, and maybe moving your head back and forth, just checking in with your neck and your shoulders. Inhale, stretch your legs straight up again towards the sky. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee. And then this is just that supine pigeon stretch. Just grab the backs of your thighs, grab your legs anywhere you can. All we're doing is we're stretching the right hip. And so you're going to feel a difference when we go onto our back without the support of the block or anything lifting your pelvis. You'll feel a big difference. So this just allows you to get into your body a little bit more. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, extend the left leg long on the mat and just pull your right knee into your chest. You can take that left arm and you can place it out to the side. You can reach it above you. So again, you're just feeling this amazing stretch through the whole left front of the body. A lot of times with all the sitting, these muscles, only around your hip, your psoas, all these muscles shorten. So it's good to stretch them out. Inhale, draw both knees together. You might want to take them in a circle just to give your low back a tiny massage. Take a breath in and then exhale. Once more, extend the legs up towards the ceiling. You can play around with the feet, just checking in with the ankles. They might crack. But it feels good to wake them up. Take a breath in, and as you exhale once more, open your legs out wide. Now, if this is too much of an intense stretch through the groin, bend your left knee and extend the right leg longer. And then you can bend the right leg and extend the left leg longer. And that way you're kind of giving the muscles a little bit of a break from just this constant tension. If both of them are outstretched, you can just bend your knee and take that tension off. So that's kind of nice to do. So on the exhale, we come into that happy baby for just a moment. Maybe you're stretching and breathing. We get a little bit deeper into the pose. And then connecting the soles of the feet one more time. The knees open wide, drawing the heels down into the groin. And then inhale, extend the legs back up to the ceiling. Check in with the shoulders and the head. Maybe roll the head again from side to side. That should feel pretty good. And then cross that left ankle over your right knee. And again, come into this wonderful supine pigeon. Stretching that left hip. Just enjoying this for a moment. If it's really tight, breathe into the tightness. Breathe into the whole posture, feeling it, creating more body awareness. Now we're going to extend the right leg long on the mat, pull the left knee into the chest. Take a breath in, extend that right arm to the side or above you. And just again, enjoy this beautiful stretch, the whole right side of the front of the body. And just allowing things to start to unwind. Awesome. Draw the knees back into the chest. Oh, extend the legs up towards the ceiling. One more time, touching base with your ankles. Spread your toes. And then we're going to bend the knees and place the feet on the floor. Lift your hips. But if you have a block, I really encourage you to place that block between your ankles so that you can feel your feet. You can feel your ankles. You can start to fire up your legs in this bridge pose. Now, bridge pose for me is a very important stability pose. So as you're here, I just invite you to take a breath in and sink the ribs on the exhale into your torso, but lengthen your tailbone and draw the belly in. So we're trying to create a straight line from the knees and the hips to the shoulders. I don't necessarily use bridge pose as a back bend. I use it as a stability posture. So you should feel your glutes turning on here. Okay, and then we're going to just do some spinal roll-ups and roll downs. So gently just lower the spine to the floor, press into the feet, and just watch where your head is. If it's lifting, the chin is lifting too much, still try and lengthen through the back of the neck. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, press into the feet, spread those toes, and roll it down. And the next time we're going to inhale, we're going to lift the hips up, and we're going to stay here for a moment. So again, exhale the ribs into the torso. Lift the hips by lengthening the tailbone and draw that belly in. Take your hands and place them on your hips. And as you gently squeeze your block, if you don't have one, that's okay too. Come onto your right toes. And as you come onto your right toes, you're going to squeeze your left glute and lift your left hip up just a little bit. That's going to really hopefully turn that on. And then exhale, come onto your left toe as you place the right foot back on the mat. Squeeze the right glute, press the right hip up into your hands. And I call this walking bridge. So we're going to just alternate feet as you come up on the toes. And you should hopefully feel the glutes really firing up. They might be screaming at you, but that's okay. We need to turn them on for the rest of the practice. All right, exhale, everybody. Great. Come on down. All right. And then just pull your knees into your chest. Now, at this point, I invite you. I like these eggs because they're not so thick like a block, but if you have a towel or a blanket or anything, you can kind of put it underneath your head just to lift it so that you can lengthen your neck. Your chin isn't pointing up towards the ceiling. It is more in line in this wonderful straight line with the body. And it just provides a little bit more lengthening for the spine. And then just roll your head back and forth. Maybe start rolling on your mat. Let's just check in with the spine. Take your knees in a circle one way, your knees in a circle the other way. On the inhale, we're going to go ahead and exhale and extend the legs up again towards the ceiling. And I always like to support the backs of my thighs. And it just feels good. It feels more stable. I can align my ankle, my knee, and my hip. I know where that is. And then take a breath in. And once more, we're going to spread those legs. So feel the difference now. Maybe you're getting a better stretch because your hips were lifted. And we're really getting into the groin here. So bending your right knee, possibly extend your left leg longer, and bend your left knee, extend the right leg longer. So you can experience a little bit more of a groin stretch, supporting your legs with your hands on the outsides of your legs. Excellent. Happy baby. Let's enjoy that for a moment. So this is more of the shorter groin stretch versus the longer one. So we just want to tap in to our muscles any way we can, connecting the soles of the feet together. The knees draw outward towards the mat, drawing the heels in, and enjoying this. And just go ahead and move any way that your body wants to. We're full of water. So we're very fluid creatures. So movement is important versus being static. So once more, inhale, legs up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, cross the right ankle over the left knee again, and just enjoy now the supine pigeon with the back on the floor. Extend long through the neck. Maybe press the head into whatever is supporting your head or into the mat, and then roll your head from side to side, just checking in again with the neck. Maybe there's some tension there. Good. Take a breath in. Now, as you exhale, you might want to watch this. We're going to come into what I call a 90-degree ankle pose. So what we're going to do with the left leg, okay, which is drawn up and it's bent into your chest, we're going to keep the knee bent and we're going to lay it down at this 90-degree angle so that your left knee is bent and your left foot is going over to the right side of your mat. And then with your right leg and your right foot, you're going to place it anywhere you can on your left leg. So all I'm after here is, again, a more intense stretch through the left front side of your body, through the psoas and all these wonderful muscles that connect the leg into the pelvis. It's okay if your right hip lifts a little bit. This is not a twist. So just enjoy this posture for a few breaths, drawing your attention towards your left knee, possibly closing your eyes, inhaling energy from the left knee all the way up to the crown, and exhaling, just letting the air release out and really allowing this stretch. Can be intense. If you need to, you can also take some kind of a prop and put it underneath the outside of the left thigh. So that could be better for you. You can use it anyway. You can use the block. You can use a blanket, anything you can. You know, my leg tends to lay right down. And then as we release through this posture, you're just going to slowly straighten your left leg on the floor and just allow that stretch to really work its magic through that left thigh, and draw your right knee into your chest. Excellent. Excellent. And if you have a strap, you might want to grab it, because at this point you can take your strap, and we're going to strap over the sole of the right foot, and we're going to just take this hamstring stretch. Now, if this is too intense for you, you can always ease off that hamstring a little bit by bending your left knee and placing your left foot on the mat, and then just use your strap and just really enjoy this wonderful hamstring stretch through the right leg. Excellent, everybody. All right, release the right leg with the strap, draw the knees into the chest. Take a moment here with breath to just experience the posture. Straighten the legs up to the sky again. Again, I like to hold the back of my legs. It just kind of feels good to help root down through the low back, stabilize through the spine. The back of the head is pressing, if you have anything behind it, into that, so that you're lengthening through the back of the neck, pressing the back of the head into the mat. And then once more, we'll take just a nice stretch again through the groin, bending the right knee, stretching the left leg long, bending the left knee, stretching the right leg long, coming into that happy baby. So just grabbing onto the ankles, the feet, anywhere you can, and enjoying a little bit more of the groin stretch. Taking the soles of the feet together. Taking the knees out wide, exhale, and draw those heels into the groin. Inhale. Let's extend the legs up to the ceiling. And then exhale. Let's go ahead and cross the left ankle over the right knee. Grab anywhere you can on your legs and just experience a little bit more of a deep stretch through that left hip. Keep relaxing through your shoulders, extending the neck long. Feel the breath moving in and out of the body. Longer, smoother, softer breath. And then we're going to take that 90-degree angle pose. I hope you're all getting it. Sometimes it's a little bit confusing. But again, you're going to keep your right knee bent and you're going to lay your right leg on the floor. If you need that support of a block or anything, place it underneath your right thigh. And then that left leg, if it's too intense, also, you don't have to press your left foot into your right leg anywhere. But if you feel like you need it, press the left foot into the right leg. And if you're not feeling a big stretch here, move the right leg more into the center line of the mat. So then you should feel that stretch a little bit more. Keep lengthening through the neck. And just take a moment here to really enjoy the stretch. It's so important to stretch the front of the body. We tend to live in the front of the body. And so we need to just pay attention to how we can release tension out of these spaces that shorten and become tight. So once more, you're going to just slowly straighten your right leg on your mat and just straighten the left leg up to the sky. You can grab onto the back of the thigh, or like I said, you can take your strap, which is kind of nice. And you can just enjoy a hamstring stretch here. If this is too hard with the right leg straight on the floor, bend that right knee, place the right foot on the mat, and just allow that stretch if you have tight hamstrings, which I imagine most of us do. And you can also just slightly bend the left leg a little bit to release the stretch of the hamstring and then straighten it and go back into it. So I do this a lot. I will bend things and just straighten them in order, especially through the legs and forward folds, all kinds of things, just so you don't stress out the leg that you're trying to stretch, but you can kind of give it a break and then you can move back into that stretch. Excellent, everybody. All right, now let's take the strap away if you have it. Bring the knees into the chest. Roll again, just from side to side. And then we're going to extend the left leg long. Keep the right knee into your chest. We're just going to take a simple twist. So left hand, the outside of the right knee, and just take a simple twist. Extend the right arm long out to the side above your head and enjoy the simple twist of the spine, taking a few moments here, possibly maybe moving the head back and forth. And then just inhaling up through the spine, feeling the twisting of the muscles. See if you can release any more tension through the spine with your breath. And on the exhale, release that twist. Draw the knees back into the chest. Maybe taking another happy baby here to really root the spine and the low back into your mat. And then extend the right leg long on your mat. And we're going to take a twist on the other side. Left knee is into the chest. Outside of the right hand goes on to the outside of the left. The palm goes on the outside of the left knee. And go ahead and enjoy the twist here. Extend the left arm out to the side or above you. And just enjoy this twist through the spine. And as you settle into the pose, just breathe into the whole shape of the pose. Breathe into the back. Allowing the twist to just do its magic. Maybe taking the head from side to side. Good. Inhale, both knees again into the chest. Exhale. Take your feet down on the ground. Keep the knees bent, but take your feet mat width apart so they're extended out wide. And then all we're going to do is we're going to come into some wiper washers. Take your left knee into the middle of your mat, but again, lift your left hip a little bit. So possibly you might feel a stretch through your quad. This is where I get my quad stretches, my passive quad stretches. And then exhale, do the same thing on the other side. So we're pressing the knee forward. We're lifting up through the right hip and we're rooting down through the right foot, that inside of the right foot. Inhale and exhale. Just come into these wiper washers, but with more mindfulness and more body awareness of where your legs are, what's rooting down into the earth as you come into these. So we come into them a little bit slower. And that's also going to allow you to access more stability muscles when you move slower. All right, inhale, draw the knees to your chest, roll over onto your side, whatever side you want, and come back up through seated posture. So we're going to be here for just a few moments. That was my on the back sequence. I know it's a little long, but hopefully you can feel a lot of tingling, a lot of energy moving through the pelvis, through the front of the legs, through the spine. Come into some shoulder rolls as you've gotten comfortable in the seated posture. All right. And then shoulder rolls forward, shoulder rolls back. Dip your chin down to your chest and just take your left ear toward your left shoulder, chin to chest, right ear towards the right shoulder. And just enjoy more unwinding. Chin to chest, roll those shoulders back and forward. And then go ahead and lift your head. Take a moment here of breath and always drawing in the belly, lengthening through the tailbone so you can lift the spine up out of the pelvis. Roll the shoulders back. The head again sits between the shoulders evenly. And take Privati Mudra. And I just invite you to close your eyes. Take 3 really, really long, smooth, soft breaths here. Possibly closing off the back of the throat so you can hear that breath in your ears. So we do this so we're lengthening through the spine with that breath, that inhale, but we're rooting down through the exhale and we're just experiencing this posture after we were on our back for that amount of time. Excellent. Everybody go ahead and open your eyes if they were closed. Now we're going to come into more of an awakening the spine in the seated posture. So we're going to add another mudra called Garuda Mudra. And Garuda Mudra is gesture of the eagle. And this is a balance of rest and activity when your hands are crossed over your heart and your fingers are spread out wide like the wings of an eagle. And you cultivate a sense of balance in your mind and emotions, integrating harmony and equanimity of your true being. So through this seated sequence, we're going to use the breath and we're going to use the Garuda Mudra, and hopefully you'll enjoy awakening your spine a little bit more. So we're going to inhale and then exhale. Reach your arms out wide. Take a breath in, inhale. Exhale, cross the opposite arm or hand over your other hand in Garuda Mudra. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, right arm is going to go down onto your mat. We're just going to take a side bend through the left side. Left sit bone still is rooted here, so you can lengthen all through the left side. Inhale, reach up. Really reach up, root down through the sit bones. Exhale. Right sit bone roots down. Try not to let it lift. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Garuda Mudra. We're going to do this 2 more times. So inhale, arms forward. Exhale, cross the opposite wrist over what you had it before. Inhale, reach up. Draw the belly in, lengthen the tailbone as you exhale. Root through that left sit bone. Inhale, reach up. Shoulders are back and down. Exhale, root through the right sit bone. Inhale, reach up. Shoulders back and down. So reach up, exhale, Garuda Mudra. Inhale, extend the arms forward. You can reach them forward, but then draw the shoulders back. Then Garuda Mudra, exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. One more time, side bend the whole left side. Root down through your sit bones. Inhale, reach up. Draw the shoulders back and down. Exhale, root down through that right sit bone. Inhale, reach up. And exhale this time. Anjali Mudra. Take a moment here to breathe into your shoulders, your chest, your side bodies. With breath and body awareness, we're creating more body awareness when we come into these kinds of movements. Then we're going to take your hands and we're going to cross one hand over your torso and the other hand over the other side of your torso. And then as we root down again, draw the belly in, lengthen the tailbone. I'll say that probably a lot. Root down through your sit bones. We're just going to take a small turn of the torso. So we're just rinsing and twisting through the low back and this mid-low back. Now you can use a Kundalini breath here, and you can do a quick inhale and let that exhale, the twist exhale for you. So it creates a little bit more of a fire breathing. And then we come back through center, roll the shoulders back, take the hands onto your shoulders, lift your elbows up a little bit. Again, belly in, tailbone lengthens, root through the sit bones, and start to move the upper torso back. So then you feel a twisting, a gentle twisting of the mid back and upper back through the shoulders. Now, if this feels good to you and you want it a little deeper, you can take your arms at a 90-degree angle and just feel them starting to really rinse and get into the upper back and the shoulders. So we kind of implore that breathing again. Come to a pause and then raise your arms up over your head, taking Kali Mudra. It's like the church and steeple mudra. And then once more, just taking the torso and twisting it. Eyes are closed or eyes are looking at a spot in front of you so you don't get dizzy. Take a pause and exhale, hands down through the heart center. And then we're going to take Boom Mudra. So you take your peace fingers and then you just touch them towards to the earth. And then just helps you attune to the earth, relax through your shoulders, creating stability through the arms, through the torso. Close your eyes. And as you inhale, say, I am stable, secure, steady, and strong. Inhale, I am stable, secure, steady, and strong. One more time. I am stable, secure, steady, and strong. Pausing here. I am centered. Opening your eyes. Maybe rolling your shoulders again. Excellent, everybody. All right, now I'm going to invite you to please come on to your hands and your knees. Do that 4-point posture. You can have your block actually, I need you to please take your block. I'm going to take my eggs and I'm going to place them in between my knees. So 4-point posture, this helps you just create alignment so that your knees are underneath your hips, and then align, spread the hands so that, of course, they're like starfish, and the wrists are underneath the shoulders. And we're going to come in just through a couple cat and cows. So exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, tiny little back bend, draw the shoulders back and open the heart. Exhale, drop the head, the tailbone, raise the belly up to the spine. Inhale, arch the back, open through the heart. Great. Couple more times here. Inhaling and exhaling through cat and cow. Yeah, just kind of neutralizing the muscles in the back from the seated poses that we just did. Now come back and find neutral. Now you might want to, hopefully you're looking at this point, because we're going to do a sequence, and it's called flying cow, with side bending and a cat bow. Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do is take a child's pose, but active child's pose. So you're going to come up onto your fingertips of your arms. You're going to activate the muscles in your arms in active child's pose. So hands are not flat. You're up on your fingertips. And then you're going to actually lift your arms so that when your head is bowed towards the earth, the arms are next to the ears. And then you're going to press into your block, and you're going to inhale. Keep your arms next to your ears as you come up on your knees here. Now, if that seems like it's really stressful on your back, then I'm going to invite you, when you're in this posture, you can just help yourself up with one hand and then just join it with the other arm. So as we're here through flying cow, we're going to inhale, reach up, click the toes of your feet into the earth. Exhale, side bend to the left, draw the right arm down to the right leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, reach up. Arms stay next to the ears as much as you can. This works your back muscles and your belly muscles, trust me. And then we're going to go back down to that active child's pose. Inhale through neutral on the 4-point posture. And then as you exhale, don't move anything else, but bend your elbows back towards your thighs. Don't move anything else but your elbows. And that might feel really different, but this is called a cat bow. And cat bow actually taps into those deltoids, which are important stability muscles for the shoulder. So we're going to do 3 of those. Okay, come back through neutral spine. Take a breath in, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. All the way back through active child's pose. Come onto your fingertips. Lift your arms. You're going to feel that activation in the shoulders, in the scapula. Inhale, reach up to the sky as you come onto your knees and reach your arms up. Exhale, side bend, left side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Draw the belly in. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, reach up. Arms stay next to the ears as much as you can. Squeeze the block between your knees. It should help you. And then bow back down to the earth through that active child's pose. Inhale, come up to 4-point. The 4-point pose, neutral spine. So neutral spine means that you're drawing in your belly and you're just slightly lengthening through your tailbone. All right. And then cat bow 3 times. 1, inhale, and exhale with your breath. 2, press into the palms of your hands. Feel that cat bow in your shoulders. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, cat pose. And then come right back into active child's pose one more time. Pressing into your feet, arms next to your ears as we come up onto our knees. And then inhale, side bend left. Reach up, press into your toes and your shins to root down and stabilize through the left side of your body as we're side bending. Arms next to the ears, arms next to the ears, and then come on down. Good, good. Let's take a break here. And in child's pose. And whenever I'm in that 4-point posture, I don't want to stress out the wrists. So we're going to move the wrists one direction and move the wrists another direction. And at this point, please remove, if you have the blocks between your knees, please remove them and come back into that 4-point posture. And just move the spine a little bit, always checking in with the spine, always, just to kind of see where you're at. Creating that safe space. It's very important so that you don't hurt yourself. So that's allowing the breath to really guide your way. So at this point, we're going to extend the right leg back, but keep on the right toes. Lift your knee and squeeze your right glute. That should be turned on from our bridge pose. Inhale, reach the left arm right next to your ear forward. And then lift the right leg up off the ground. And you should feel that glute fired up. And that's what we're looking for. Pinky toe faces the earth. Exhale, left arm down. Cross your right leg over your left leg. Squeeze your inner thighs. Root down through your hands as you inhale and extend the spine, and then take the twist. Look over your left shoulder. And feel that again, that side bending through the right side. Exhale, come back to neutral. Take a breath in through cow. Exhale, cat. And then come in to child's pose. Wrists in a circle. Just to check in with the wrists. Don't want to stress them out. Come back through the 4-point posture. Left leg comes back. Come onto your toes. It's important to come onto your toes first because you're pressing back into your toes so that you can fire up your left glute. Inhale, reach the right arm up towards your ear, and then take your lift your left toes up off the floor. And hopefully you really feel your left glute firing. Take a breath in. Exhale, right hand down. And then cross left leg over right. Squeeze the inner thighs. This is also going to keep the pelvis aligned. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then look over your right shoulder. And then just enjoy the stretch from the left hip all the way to the side of the torso. Exhale, come back through cat and cow pose. Excellent. Child's pose. Wrist rolls. And breathing into your body, moving whichever way it feels that you're starting to unkink it, hopefully. And come in one more time to your hands and your knees. And we're just going to come into a quick T-stand here. So you're going to turn the lower right leg out to the side. And you're going to move your right hand more into the center of your mat. Extend the left leg long. Come onto the flat of the left foot. It's just turned, so it's parallel with the mat. Okay, so we can do a T-stand here, or you can come into the full expression of a T-stand. Draw your left arm over your ear. That's too much. Stay on your knee. Draw your left arm over your ear. Again, it's side bending through here, through the left side of the body. Come back through center. Inhale through cat. Exhale. Through cat. Inhale through cow, just to neutralize spine again. And then we'll do it onto the other side. So the left foot moves, just the lower left leg moves out at an angle. Left hand moves more into the center of the mat. Extend the right leg long. T-stand here. Okay. Or if you think you want a little bit more, you can join both legs together. And then exhale. Come back through child's pose. So all these poses, when we move a little slower, really help to stabilize and strengthen while we stretch. It's important to stabilize through the skeletal system first. Then those muscles turn on. Then we can move the mobilizer muscles through whatever the movements of the arms over the head or extending the legs. Then we feel the stretch and the strengthen at the same time. So there's a lot of different things going on when you're working with a stability practice, but body awareness and breath awareness is super important to develop that, because you'll start to feel that happen for you. All right. Now you can use your blocks. I'm going to use my eggs because I love the way that they help me extend out through my spine. But you can take 2 blocks, or you can just, if you don't have blocks, that's okay. You know how to do this. We're going to just, you can just, if you don't have blocks, you can just wag your tail this way. I call this wag the tail pose. If you have blocks, it's going to lift you, and we can wag the tail this way. Just kind of, just gets into the hips a little bit more. And then we're going to just bring the right foot forward into a lunge pose. It's important, again, once more, to align the hip and the over the hip, the knee over the ankle, because we want to lift the toes, root down through the front foot. You can extend the back leg a little bit longer, because all we're doing here is getting, again, this beautiful stretch through the left side of your front of your leg. Okay, this is, if you're sitting all day, just come into one of these and feel all these muscles stretching, because they shorten. We drive, we sit, we watch TV, whatever we do, we're sitting a lot. So this is really important to stretch through here. And then we're going to exhale, root down into your, the front of your shin, of the left shin, and the top of the left foot, so that you can extend and stretch through the hamstring of the right foot, right leg. Inhale, root down through left leg, right foot, and exhale, so that we can get the stretching through the right hamstring and through the front of the left leg. So I like this pose a lot, because it just seems to kind of start to really loosen things up even more. It allows you to go deeper and just kind of build on what we've already done with all the stretching from the on the back practice. Okay, so then we're going to come forward. Right knee is bent. We're going to curl the back toes up and lift the back, the left leg. Now, important here, again, activating the left glute. You can't activate the left glute if the left knee is bent. You have to really straighten that left leg, lift that left knee, press into the left toes, activate that left glute, and then you can reach your arms up. I always take my eggs with me. So we're in this beautiful lunge pose. Lunge is a powerful pose. This is an ultimate strengthening for your legs, but it's important not to be collapsing. It's important to be super strong. So we're drawing energy down the left leg, activating that left glute, moving the right knee, trying to keep it as full as over the right ankle as possible. Yes, your legs should be burning. So we're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Keep sending that energy back through your left leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale, reach up. Hands through the heart center. And let's take a warrior 2. Go ahead and straighten your leg for just a moment. Good. So in warrior 2, I start with my hands on my hips. And as I bend through my front knee, I don't want my front knee tracking towards the inside of the mat. I want it to move towards my pinky toe. So once more, we're sending energy down through the right leg, the front leg, and then this energy is going down through the outside of the back leg. Lift your toes. It's a great way to check in with your foundation. So once you're here, and we turn the torso, so it's facing the wall, roll the shoulders back, extend the arms, okay? So that when you take your palms to the ceiling, you can feel the upper back, you can feel the shoulder blades coming together. Keep them drawing together as you just roll the lower half of your arms with the palms down. And stay here for just a moment. Maybe come forward but backwards, so that you've got this wonderful straight line coming through the middle of the body, but then you got the energy sending forward and backward. Good. Then we're going to inhale, just come up into a Revolve Warrior. Exhale back into Warrior 2. And then draw your right elbow onto your right knee. Take your left arm behind you for a moment. Roll your shoulder back. Let's try and keep your shoulder back so your chest isn't pointing towards the ground. We want to open the shoulder girdle. We want to roll the side bodies so that the right side body is rolling forward and up, and the left body is rolling, side body is rolling back. And then extend your arm up and over in side angle pose. Inhale, back through Warrior 2. Take a breath in, move only the torso, legs don't move. Try not to move your legs, try and keep them very stable. Back through Warrior 2. And then yes, we're gonna give that wonderful knee a break. I don't know about you, but mine needs one. Coming into Trikonasana. So one more time, I like to use a prop because I like to extend more out of my spine and align my pubic bone with my sternum. So a prop is easier for me. If your chest is down to the floor, please lift your hands somewhere up on your leg so that you can take your left hand behind your back. And once more, roll that left shoulder towards the ceiling. Press into your feet. Make sure you're not gripping with your toes. Yeah, and roll your chest open. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. All right, I like my egg, my cheek, because I just get more space. I like a lot of space through my spine. I need it. And then we extend the left arm up to the ceiling, hopefully stacking the wrists. If not, it's okay. Exhale. Let's come back through Lunge Pose. So just take your hands on your hips and get your foundation set. Again, lifting that back knee. A lot of times you want to collapse in it. Lift the back knee, fire up that left glute. Come forward through your front knee. Inhale, reach up. Just pause here. Really see if you can activate that glute. Move it around. That's a huge stability muscle. Hands to the heart center. Now move your left foot forward. And then we're just going to come into a balance pose. I think I'm moving out of the screen, so I'm going to move back. We're just going to come into a balance pose here. So you can use your blocks again if you need to, balancing here. You don't have your blocks, and balance here. And then just come into an airplane pose. Once more, feel your glute turning on. Try not to let your hip lift. Try and keep your hips squared off to your mat. Pinky toe facing the floor. Whoops. All right, everybody, come back down through lunge pose one more time. Yeah, we're working this right leg today. I can feel it too. And then exhale, hands through the heart center. And we're going to just come into one more standing pose, and that's pyramid pose. Straighten your right leg. All right, hands can be on the earth. My hands don't like reaching the earth. They like the eggs. And then coming into a soft forward fold here. So the left foot is turned in more at an angle towards the front of the mat. Lift your right toes up off the floor as you root your right foot into the mat. And just again, this is a more of an intense stretch for your right hamstring and maybe the left calf. All right, excellent, everybody. Come onto your knees. Woo! And just sail back into child's pose for a moment. Standing series is always a very intense series whenever we're doing that, because it does build up so much strength in the muscles, and that's what we need. So that's why when I do my on the back series, we're on the back for so long, because I really want to get those muscles stretched and activated the stability muscles activated. So when you come into that standing series, they're ready to go and you're not struggling so much. All right, so come on to your blocks. I'm on my eggs or on your hands. Wag your tail. Take a breath in. And once more, we're going to take the left foot forward. So I like to root down into the right, into the foot, the front foot, spreading the toes, and the top of the back foot, root down so that you can really feel the stretch in the left hamstring, so back of the left leg, and then in that front of the right leg. Try not to let the knee go over the toes. It's just not good for the knee joint. So knees need to be aligned over the ankles pretty much all the time, as much as possible. I know sometimes it doesn't happen like that. So we're just taking a few movements up here, just softly reaching in to the back of the left leg, that hamstring, the front of the right leg, just getting this preparation for the standing postures again on the other side. Excellent, everybody. All right, and then we're going to come off the knee, lifting that right knee up off the ground. Again, don't collapse in your right knee, straighten that right leg and press into the toes and fire up your right glute. Inhale, reach your arms up if you need to, adjust your stance like I just did. All right, here we are into a very strong lunge again. So keep firing up that right glute. Keep it fired up. Feel it activating. Good. And then exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, reach up, and you don't have to do this if you don't want to. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Into this lunge, building up this incredible stability and strength in the lower body. Hands come through the heart center. Now, so I can still face my mirror. My screen, and you can see the front of me. We're going to turn into a warrior two. Hands on the hips, right? Move your hip bone, the back hip bone back so you can send that energy down to the right leg. Lift your right toes. Left knee, hopefully will align with the left ankle. If it doesn't, it might not. I don't know if mine will today. Lift your left toes. Okay, turn the torso so that you're nice and squared off with the wall. Draw your arms up, palms up to the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades in the back. Keep them squeezing together, and then just take the lower half of the arms and palms down. So here we are, warrior two. On the other side, inhale, revolve that warrior. So we're not moving through the lower body. There's not a lot of this stuff going on. We're trying to keep the lower body exactly where we have it. All we're doing is moving through the torso. Inhale, warrior two. And then exhale, we'll side bend. Again, taking that right arm behind your back. Roll your right shoulder up towards the ceiling. So left elbow's on the left knee. Inhale. So we're lengthening up through the front of the body, drawing the belly in, lengthening through the tailbone. And then you can reach the arm up or over. Just gives you more length in this pose. Inhale back through warrior two. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Revolve that warrior, just moving torso. Inhale, warrior two. And then straighten that front leg. Doesn't that feel good? And then reach with the front arm so that we lengthen through the left side body. Take your right arm behind your back again and roll your shoulder open. Press into your feet. All right. And then come up into Trikonasana on the other side. So that should feel good. Enjoy the breath. Enjoy the posture. I'm going to turn around again, everybody, because when we move into this, I just didn't want you to see my back as we were moving through the postures. And then we're going to come into that lunge pose. Again, So lunge is really intense, but we need to practice lunge. A lot of people don't like it. I get it. Fire up that back glute. Turn it on by lifting that back knee. All right, good. Take lunge here for just a moment. Hands back through the heart center. You can have your hands on your left leg, or you can have your blocks with you, okay, to come into the balance pose. So it's important through the balance poses that, again, you're always rooting down and you're lengthening through your spine. Try and see if you can turn on your right glute. Keep your hips so that they're squared off towards the mat. And they're not lifting. They need to be squared off. All right. Pinky toe faces the floor. Hands can be in prayer position, or you can take them out to your sides in airplane pose. Take a breath in here. And then exhale. Back through lunge pose. One more time. I got it in 3 times. Oh, lunge pose. And then we're going to come into that pyramid pose. So I like pyramid pose. It's, again, just a very intense stretch for the backside of the left leg, maybe the calf. So if you have your blocks, you can use them so that you can keep squaring off the hips, squeezing the inner thighs, lifting your toes so you're not ripping your mat, and then coming into forward fold. My back doesn't do forward folds very easily, so I'm going to stay out of a forward fold. That's not very safe for me. And just enjoy the stretch for a moment. Okay, so coming out of pyramid pose, we're going to come right into a halfway pose by joining both feet together. Inhale with your block, lengthen your spine, or just have your hands just right below your knees so you can lengthen your spine. And then you can exhale into a forward fold. Again, I don't do forward folds very well. So please enjoy the forward fold that you are used to in your practice. Great. And we're going to inhale halfway again. And then for those of you with blocks, if you have tight hamstrings, you can do this with your hands on your mat as well. I like to walk in my forward fold. So I lift my right heel and I really press all my weight into my left side, lifting my left toes. And then I walk. Again, this is what I was talking about, releasing the stress and the pressure on one leg, just to get a little bit more stretch through the other leg. So sometimes when we slam into the hamstrings like this, you could have you don't want to hurt your hamstring or have that, what they call that yoga bath, those tears in here, because they're quite painful. So I walk in my forward fold, and I find it's very effective to help stretch deeper the hamstrings. So walking forward fold. Excellent, everybody. Now I'm going to ask you, if you have a block, please put it again between your inner ankles and gently bend your knees and come up through Utkatasana. It's a very powerful pose. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, right arm grabs left wrist, side bend. Inhale, reach the arms up, squeeze the block with your inner ankles, lift your toes. Exhale, side bend, right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands through the heart center this time. And just take a slight twist here. So right elbows on left knee through Utkatasana. Inhale, length through the spine and roll your left shoulder back. Squeeze the block with your inner thighs. Exhale, reach up through Utkatasana. Take the hands back to the heart center and let's twist the other side. And you can look down or you can look to the side. Just depends what's better for your body, but make sure that you're inhaling, lengthening through the spine so that you can get a really good twist here. Okay, exhale, let's forward fold. And then I see that I'm running out of time, so we're going to take a down dog. Just enjoy your down dog in your practice any way that you want. Come into a nice down dog. And then go ahead, come onto your knees and come into a child's pose. Also be moving hips back and forth. And then let's get ready to go into Shavasana. Take your time, and for whatever you do, get as comfortable as you can in Shavasana. I put a bolster underneath my knees. It really helps take pressure off the low back. I put a blanket under my head because I just want to cushion my head and just create it's just this comfy, yummy space. Take a blanket, possibly put it over your body. It's terrible to get cold in Shavasana because then you can't really focus on what's happening in Shavasana because you're cold. And that's no fun. Maybe using an eye pillow over your eyes. Again, just that light pressure just seems to it's just like a pillow. It just cushions your eyes. So once you get comfy in Shavasana, I'm losing my voice. So I want you to take a breath in and notice all of your back body. Notice what's connecting with mat. Feel any tingling, any sensations. Just allow them just to come into your whole sensory field. Because we've done a lot of work today. So the muscles are probably going, wow. And we're going to do a body awareness meditation. So as you bring your attention to your breath, let your eyes close softly. And notice how your body moves as you breathe. Become aware of the feeling of air moving in and out through your nose and throat, chest, ribs, and belly. And just allow yourself to be aware of your breath without trying to change it. Follow the rhythmic movements of your breath in your ribs and belly. And as you breathe out, let your body become heavier, sinking deeper with each breath into the mat. Allowing Mother Earth just to hold you. Giving to her what you cannot handle, what you don't need. She'll take it. So if you notice your awareness has shifted away to your thoughts, just come back to your body and back to your breath. Staying focused, shift your awareness from your breath to your feet. Just become aware of whatever you feel in your feet. If there's tingling, warm, cold, just be aware of what's there. And continue with calming breath, experiencing the tops, the bottoms, the arches, and the heels, and let your feet dominate your awareness. Now move your awareness to your ankles and lower legs. Again, noticing physical sensations, thoughts, emotions, maybe images, colors, whatever arises. But also notice if there's blank areas. And wherever you have tension, let it relax on the exhale, let it soften as you let go, and take your time exploring the fronts, the sides, and the backs of the lower legs. Now move your awareness to your knees and your thighs. And again, noticing the insides, the fronts, the outsides, and the backs of your knees and your thighs, and the sensations and thoughts. And again, just whatever is there. Relaxing on that exhale, letting it soften again as you continue to let go. Now bring your awareness to the pelvis, exploring the front and the sides and the back, possibly allowing yourself to look deeper and beyond the surface. And as you shift your attention to your low back, notice your spine and your muscles with this calm breath, this relaxed awareness. And slowly move your attention up your spine to your mid back, your upper back, your shoulder blades, all the way to the base of your neck. Experience the back body without any need to change it. Now allow your awareness to move to the sides of your torso and slowly move around to the front, noticing the belly, the ribs, the chest, and again, whatever's there. Moving towards the shoulders, noticing the fronts, the tops, the back of the shoulders, letting the shoulders dominate your awareness. Bring your attention now down to your arms, exploring whatever arises through the upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, each one of your fingers and thumbs. And as you shift your awareness out of your arms, let it go up to your neck, staying relaxed as you watch what's there, noticing the front and the sides and the back of your neck. And moving your awareness to your head, the base of the skull, the sides, the top, the forehead, just being present and non-judgmental. And then allowing the awareness just to float down over the face. Use all your senses, your ears, your eyes, the nose, feel the cheeks, the jaw, the chin, the mouth. With calm breath and this relaxed awareness. And just begin to notice, again, the rhythmic movement of the belly, ribs, and chest, of the breath. Possibly feeling the rhythmic beating of your heart. Allowing yourself to take a deeper inhale. And allow your breath just to fall out. And start waking, moving your fingers and toes and just stretching in any way that feels really nourishing to your body. Not losing sight of the breath, just stay in the present moment and just really enjoy this space, this creation of nourishment and restoration. Open your eyes and rolling over onto the side when you feel ready. And coming up into that seated posture, this time we can take Jana Mudra, which is thumb and pointer finger. And I ask you just to breathe with me, breathing in. No, I'm breathing in, and breathing out. No, I'm breathing out. Breathing in, my breath is deep. And breathing out, my breath is slow. Breathing in, I feel calm. And breathing out, I feel ease. And then we'll bring the hands together like a flower at the heart into our beloved Anjali Mudra. Just this gesture of reverence and gratitude today. And I hope that you understand more about your own body without judging or trying to fix it. Finding that this practice created space, stability, and energetic nourishment. Acknowledging what you need, becoming familiar with it, giving you this precision and power to heal your own life with more compassion and brilliance. So as you just observe these habitual patterns of thought and movement and restrictions, you can clear a pathway to allow you to receive more of that space that's really already there. This and the magnificence in your own mind and your heart. So as we end this practice today, I invite you to find peace in every cell of your body and every petal of your mind, and feel the gratitude for the precious nature of your life. And I thank you so much for joining me this morning and taking your time to be with me. And as I say namaste, I'm conscious of you and will make the truth about you more present in me and the world.